Hello, everybody! Mr. Fun coming from his kitchen once again to answer all of your fantastic questions. Happy Friday, people! We made it to the end of the week. Hope you guys are practicing that social distancing, keeping those hands clean, and of course, yourselves safe and healthy as we head into the weekend. Hope you guys are having a little bit of fun, too. I've been making a lot of jelly of late. In fact, today I made a big batch of Violet Riot blueberry jalapeno jelly. I named it after a really cute 3-year-old girl, my daughter. Goes great with pancakes and waffles, too. Go get you some. Let's answer some of those questions. Francisco asks, a good one here. When do we go back to school? Well, the short answer is, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't. For one, I'm not important enough to know, and two, I'm not smart enough to know. But this is what I do know. They were telling us May 4th, so that is what I'm going by. It is probably going to be after May 4th, but I will say this. This is not the important thing. When we go back to school is not the important thing. The important thing is for all of us to stay safe and to stay healthy. It would be absolutely silly for us to rush going back to school and then somebody gets sick or multiple people getting sick. Nobody wants that. I don't want that, and I'm positively sure most of your parents don't want that as well. So if that means that we have to do this all through the summertime and come back in the fall, that's fine too. I'm okay with that. I think that if we follow all of the guidelines in which we're being told to follow, such as keeping those hands clean, social distancing, we'll be just fine. I'm not worried, like I said. We're all going to be fine, but we shouldn't rush coming back because that to me just makes no sense. The important thing is being safe, being healthy. And I think we're all doing a really good job of that as well. Hope that answers your question. That's a fantastic one. Priscilla asks a great one too. Would you rather get bit by a shark or get bit by a snake? Well, it depends on what type of shark and what type of snake. When I was a kid, I used to own a shark. Oddly enough, it was like a pet store one that's like roughly like that big. It wasn't very scary at all. So if I got bit by that thing, it wouldn't be very bad. At the same time, if I got bit by a garter snake in my yard, it wouldn't be very bad either. But at the same time, I mean, if I was to get bit by an inland taipan, a black mamba, a cobra, a rattlesnake, that's not very good. I wouldn't last very long. On the other hand, if I get bit by a great white shark or a tiger shark, a bull shark, megalodon, that's not good too. I mean, I really don't want to have my hand bitten off and be some animal's food. So either way, it doesn't really appeal to me very much. I will say this though. In North America alone, there are only 4 venomous snakes. Those 4 are the rattlesnake, the water moccasin, also called the cottonmouth, the copperhead, and the coral snake. There's only 4, so your chances of getting bit and dying from a venomous snake here in North America are very, very low. Probably the chances of you getting bit by a shark are pretty low too, so I somehow think that I have a better chance with a shark than I would with a snake. I don't know why. I think it's because with a venomous snake, if I got bit, I would probably die. If I got bit by a shark, there's a decent chance that I would live, and at least I would have a fighting chance. I mean, I would pull out some Rocky Balboa stuff and take a swing at it, and I might have some luck there. Where a snake, it kind of slithers along, and then when you're not expecting it, whoosh, and all it takes is one bite. So, the answer to your question is neither sounds very good. They would both hurt, and it wouldn't be fun. So, shark. Also, it's kind of cool to have a scar that says I got bit by a shark. That would be a great story to tell. It would be like, hey, what happened to your arm? I got bit by a shark. That sounds cool. Why are you dead? I got bit by a snake. I don't know. It's a cooler scar. Hope that answers your question. That's a good one. Roberto asks me, pizza or hamburger? I'm assuming you're asking me which one would I rather prefer. Well, I would counter with this. Why not make a hamburger style pizza? Or a pizza burger? Settled. Done. But I somehow don't think you mean that. Okay, if I had to choose between pizza and a burger, I would go with a burger. Burgers I dislike a lot more, and I can eat them literally every day of the year. But more specifically, I would go with In-N-Out. And yes, In-N-Out is better than Whataburger. I am sorry for all the Whataburger Texans out there that think that Whataburger is God's gift to us. I'm sorry, it's just not that good. One, their food is not as good. Their burgers are not as good. Their Whata chicken sandwiches are always like eating like cardboard. It's not very good. And they make my order messed up more times than anyone else with the exception of Burger King. Just saying, I've had Whataburger mess up my orders more times than probably anyone else. It is ridiculous. And I'm sorry, Texans, deal with it. In-N-Out is better. I can say that a million times. I'm not going to, though. And besides, Whataburger is not even Texan anymore. They got bought out by a Chicago corporation. So deal with that one, too. It's okay. In-N-Out's a lot better, though. So to answer your question, Roberto, pizza or burger? Burger. More specifically, In-N-Out burger. Double. They're delightful. I just had one last night. It was awesome. And they didn't mess up my order. Bella asks me, do you have a favorite YouTuber? You know, funny that you should ask that. I've been kind of following this one guy over the last couple of weeks. He's really, really funny, and he's got fantastic stuff. One of the things in which he has is if you want to learn how to catch a tennis ball on your tennis racket, he is your guy. If you want to learn how to make a peanut butter, banana, bacon, spicy jelly sandwich, he's your guy too. I forget this guy's name. It's like Michael Funke, Funky. Michael Funk, that's what it is. He's great. He's funny too. He's got a lot of great stuff. All joking aside, I'm clearly joking here. I really don't have any YouTuber which I watch. I typically watch YouTube to get like workout stuff in, watch tennis clips, as sad as that sounds. Listen to some old 80s hair bands, that type of stuff. Other than that, I really don't watch YouTube all that much. My sons do, and they do a lot, but I don't really remember what they all watch. Maybe I should ask them. But some of the stuff they watch is really annoying too. So, yeah, I'm not really the best person for this. I will say this. I think it's absolutely sad that I've only got 14 subscribers to my channel. That's kind of funny. I think my last vid in which I did had like 17 views, which is just pathetic. C'est la vie. That's how it goes sometimes. But I'm moving up. Last week, I think I had 8 subscribers. Now I'm up to 14. Moving up in the world. That didn't answer your question at all, huh? Quick answer. Michael Funke. That was funny. Kingston asks me, what was the first job you ever had? Okay, I'm going to give you my first 3 main jobs. My first ever job, paying job, I was a cashier and I was a sacker at Randall's back in Houston. Randall's is kind of like a Tom Thumb. I hated my boss. He was such a jerk, so I quit. I only worked there for like 3 months. It was bad. Um, and then when I got to college, this is funny. I worked as a housekeeper for a dormitory, for a dorm. Uh, and let me just tell you this: the college kids at a dorm are some of the most disgusting people that I have ever met in my entire life. It was ridiculous. I had to clean showers. I had to clean toilets. I had to clean trash bins. It was some of the most disgusting stuff that I have ever had to deal with in my entire life. I cleaned up things that would make grown men cry. No, I did not cry though. There was once I opened up a shower door and it felt like a punch right to my nose. It stunk that bad. I had to clean this stuff. Yes, that was fun. Um, so I left that job and I became a campus cop. That was a fantastic job. I walked around campus all day long. It was great. I had a friend with me at all times, so it was cool. And then I moved up in the ranks to the point where I became Sergeant Funk. That's funny. I really was Sergeant Funk at one point in time. Sergeant Funk, the campus cop. That just sounds like a bad film. Um, in fact, I was really, really good at that job to the point where I was almost going to be an actual police officer. I moved through the ranks and everything like that, and I went through the interviewing process, and I was going to get hired as basically a policeman working at the college campus. And then I just said, you know what, this isn't what I want to do. I don't want to be a law enforcement officer of any sort. So I just kind of said, nope, I'm done. And that's when I kind of focused my attention more on doing what I wanted to do, which was TV or film. But I almost became a full-time law enforcement officer, that would have been horrible. I mean, I would have made an awful police officer, but would have had some great stories to tell. Hope that answers your question. That was fun. I like that one. Sophia asks me, if you could only shout or whisper for a month, which would you choose? Well, it's not a hard choice. There we go. Wow, that was hard. I shout nonstop now. When you start having kids, you do nothing but shout because the kids shout. And I don't know why we as parents always think the proper way to answer yelling is with yelling, because it never works and it makes it worse. But we just do. And I fall victim to this all the time. So I do nothing but shout here at home, typically because the kids are acting up, they're fighting. We've got Violet saying some awful things to the boys fighting, so I'm yelling, and so it's nonstop chaos. So I prefer whispering, though. I mean, I would love that. That would be great. Sitting back, hey. But the problem with that, other people need to whisper also, or else you're not going to be heard. So if I could only shout or whisper for a month, I prefer whispering. I like calm. I'm a calm person. I'm laid back, easygoing, I think. So yeah, I would prefer whispering. The problem is nobody else whispers in my house, and it drives me up a wall. Hope that answers your question. Guys, thank you so much for all of the questions. I love them so much. You have no idea. This is actually really fun for me. And I love the questions in which you guys ask. A lot of times they're really funny and it makes me chuckle, which I love doing. Guys, have a fantastic weekend. I will get back to doing these again on Monday. Keep those hands clean. Keep them bodies safe and healthy. And of course, social distancing is the key. We're going to get through it all. We'll be fine. Just do what they're telling us to do and we'll be okay. And I will talk to all of you on Monday. Bye.